Hey everybody out there in CW, how you doing today? I have the huge honor of being with Leslie Jordan in an exclusive interview, so keep it downloading.
Hey everybody, it's Leslie Jordan and you are watching the CW Source.
At the CW Source, we put up a blog so that your fans could write in and ask you some questions personally. I'm going to tell you who wants to know what. Valentina wrote us and asked, how do you feel about acting on shows like Hidden Palms after doing such big shows like Ugly Betty, Will and Grace?
I have sort of made a career of doing guest parts that the writers go, wow, let's keep him around. It's wonderful to be a part of Hidden Palms from the very beginning because, you know, the family is getting to know each other from the very inception. I mean, we all got together and did a reading, a table reading, you know, before we even, you know, got in front of the camera. You know, we had wardrobe fittings, you know, where you met the wardrobe people before we even got to... We shot the pilot in Palm Springs, which is a blast. We stayed in this amazing hotel called the Parker Meridian. That's fancy. In fact, I went back about a month later on my own dime, my own money, and I said, I'd like that, you know, where I said, they said, well, Mr. Jordan, that's $1,400 a night. Whoa!
And speaking of Ugly Betty, Gretchen would like to know how you prepared for the role of the gossip guru.
The most fun was I showed up for this wardrobe fitting, and I had seen Ugly Betty, but I hadn't really, you know, each show has a tone, you know, and you watch it on television, and until you're in the middle of it, I mean, they had me in a red hat and red glasses, and I thought, isn't this a little kind of cartoonish? But then I watched the show, and I realized you've got Ugly Betty, who's very real, and then they surround her with that insanity of this fashion world, you know, where everybody's big, and all of a sudden I thought, wow, this is going to be fun.
Basio83 would like to know how you feel about being on so many networks this year.
You know, the good thing is the CW is a new fledgling network, you know, so they're, you know, really sort of opening to trying new things, and I've got another deal with this other network called Logo that's sort of an offshoot of MTV, but it's all gay, and so I'm having fun there. And then I've got this other show that's on HBO.
Can you give us a little insight to this new show?
I'm doing a show for HBO. In 1993, I did a series with John Ritter and Billy Bob Thornton before he got famous, called Hearts of Fire, for Linda Bloodworth Thomason, this wonderful writer who
did Designing Women,
and Evening Shade, and she's from, you know, my neck of the woods. She's Southern. She's a good personal friend of mine. Her husband Harry's a good personal friend of mine. And they called me up and they said, we're writing this show and it's going to be you. And then they brought Lily Tomlin on board. So we shot this pilot and it's going to be on the air January of next year.
Who are you playing in?
I play Cousin Kenny. It's a really, really rich Texas family that is dabbling in real estate. So I got to drive a Bentley. And Lily kept telling me, drive it like Jet Ring. So I got to drive this Bentley. You just see about this much money.
You wrote Lily Tomlin a love letter?
I wrote Lily Tomlin. I said, dear Miss Tomlin, in my 52 years on this planet, I've never met anyone that I thought, this is who I would like to mentor me. This is the way I want to live my life.
What qualities did you see in her?
You know, just in her daily life, the way she handles her fame, the way she's so available to people, the way she took the initiative on the set as if she was the hostess, you know.
You're about to release your memoirs, correct?
I've been doing this for 25 years as an openly gay actor, and so they asked me, why don't you write, and they even came up with the title, My Trip Down the Pink Carpet. I had 90 pages within like 2 weeks. And I sent it to the Simon & Schuster people, and they said, wow.
We love it.
We love it, just write.
How about a little excerpt?
I worked with George Clooney years ago, and he is a prankster. It was before I got sober, so I was just bloated from alcohol. I looked like a beach ball with arms. And so I was on this diet, and I talk incessantly anyway, and it got on George's nerves. So he went to the wardrobe people, and he said, take his pants out this far every day in his costume. By the third day, they were hanging off like, you know how kids wear their pants today?
Exactly.
And I took this...
You started that stuff.
I took this big belt and I cinched them so everybody could see. And finally, this old guy came over to me because everybody was in on it but me. This old guy comes over to me and he goes, you are making the biggest ASS of yourself. And I said,
that's great. That's great. When is it coming out?
Well, I have to deliver it in September of this year, and they're looking at an April 2008 release, which just sounds a million years away, but I guess it takes a while.
So that was it, my 5 minutes here with Leslie Jordan. Now it's your turn. Hit me up on the CW Source blog and let me know what you thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I want to know. This is Jason C. from the CW Source, and I will see you later